There is a lot I want to say, and I'm not sure if I'm going to actually end up editing this video to be in the order that I say things in. A lot happened this year. I made about 40-ish videos, 47-ish videos this year, I think, when I counted. I think overall I made about 50-ish videos from like when I started the channel to now. It's really awkward with the anniversary of the channel being like very close to the end of the year because I feel like everything can happen at once now, even though really it's like a month between the creation of the channel and like the start of the new year. And there's like three versions of me on a screen right now. There's one there, there's one there. The camera's actually there, and I can kind of see a reflection on the screen. But so when I started this year, I I was in a tough spot personally. I was dealing with a lot of like personal issues that were because of me, and I still am, but like they involved no one else, right? It was mostly just me that they involved. It was mostly ADHD, productivity things. That's why I started the channel. I was like, okay, I was kind of growing into a new person, exploring myself, so I needed a safe space for me to kind of do just whatever the fuck, right? You know, be a new version of me. That's all I've ever wanted to be on YouTube, just a different version of me. And yeah, that's what I was like when I started the channel. You know, at the end of October, and then going into January, that was the case. And then for a while, it was very just like blurry. I don't remember all too much from like that period, but I remember April well. I remember April well. What I might do actually, I'm gonna go through my camera roll right now just to see what happened before April. I should have done that beforehand actually. I definitely should have done that beforehand. Okay, so I thought I was tweaking. No, turns out I just did absolutely nothing from the start of the year until like April, where I started my summer job, which will stick with me for the rest of my life. My summer job changed me a lot. If I had to sum up before, up until that point, I was like discovering myself. April until September, I was living within that new discovered self. Good, like six-ish months, right? Living within that self. And I was enjoying it on the surface, but little did I know that inside it was destroying me, and I didn't realize that until the very end, right? And the thing is, I was never able to focus on that part. Things were going so good for me in the middle of the year, you know, during summer. Things were going so good. The spring before was very just like uneventful. I was meeting new people, discovering myself, as I said before. Things went bad and they really affected me then, but there was just a lot of good until very recently. September. I had to quit the job to start something big in my life. And I don't want to go into details for a lot of reasons because I want to keep it generalized. I just want to keep it generalized and private, almost. Albanian flag. I'm not Albanian, by the way. Chainsaw Man, haven't seen it. Map of the world. Map of the world. That's my phone notification sound, by the way. So, this job, it changes the way I see things. It changes a lot about me. It was one of my first ever good paying jobs. I got a good salary on this job. A very good salary. And it was just a fun job. I remember the people that I work with. They were so nice. They were very much older than me. 40s and 50s, kind of like the oldest one was like 60, you know, almost like retirement age. So I was like, I was in tune with these guys, right? I was in tune with these guys. And it really broke my heart to have to quit that job. It really did. But I was happy because I'm moving on to this new opportunity, which is so important for me. And I took it so casually, and I wish I shouldn't. I wish I took it more seriously because rather than focusing on the opportunity itself, which I knew was something that I could get through, I focused too much on the people around me. I was hot shot, bro. I was hot shot, and the way I acted was driven by fear of inaction, almost, you know, because I thought I could just live myself again. No, I couldn't. I because I was already getting tired and sick and stuff of who it was that I was becoming. So I almost kind of grew satirical of myself and didn't take myself seriously, which resulted in like me losing sight of that opportunity. I was a bit of a dick to a few people because I was just like desperate and like very lonely around people. You know, talking to women was hard. I sound like such a incel chud. I'm not. I swear. I swear I respect women. Does this look stupid? It does. I look stupid. Uh, so, there was that, and you know, I'm not sure if it's recency bias that I'm dwelling so much on it, but I met a really cool person, someone who I really loved. But at first, I was like, damn, do I love them, or is it like limerence? Is it like obsession? Which is no, I know something that a chap I can fall into a lot of the time. Oh, there we go, my mic's fixed. It's something that I can fall into a lot of the time. It's not love. If you obsess over someone, if you have limerence, Google that word, you don't love them. You're just a sad human being and need to get that fixed. And I was trying really hard. I wrote almost like a small book's worth of just personal essays about myself, trying to figure myself out when it comes to this person. Which camera am I looking at, by the way? Not that one. There's three cameras on my phone. I didn't know which one I'm looking at. I wrote a lot. I tried to do a lot of self-improvement. They were there for a lot. She was the first person I ever bought flowers for. I brought crochet flowers for them. I made them a really big part of my life, and I kind of just drew them. I don't want to go too much into it, because if I say too much, I'll end up convincing you guys that I'm innocent, and I don't want to do that. I drove them away. In a spectacular way, I drove them away. It wasn't even spectacular, actually. It was spectacularly disappointing and bad and horrific, and just... Wow. I drove them away. One of the only good people in my life, I drove them away. And I'm left now. I have this one friend, and they're cool. I'm grateful to have them around, but do you ever have that friend who, they kind of bully you? Not because they're mean or because they're horrible, but because they are just kind of themselves, and when they talk to you, what they do is they basically just kind of hold... Stop texting me! They just hold, a mirror up to you and just kind of make you look at yourself, and the only thing you see is disappointment, and that's kind of all they do. They're one of those, and they're kind of the only people I have left. And this other girl, we used to hang out so much, and I just misinterpreted everything. I was weird. I was creepy. They gave me signals, and I didn't read them. And I really just think about them, bro. Because it was a week after I thought I figured out my limerence, and they went to there was another guy, and I'm fine with that. Genuinely, listen, I'm a little bit jealous, but that's only because I cared, right? I'm not jealous in the fact that I hate them. What I really want to avoid, I want to avoid hating them as much as I can, because it's very easy to hate them. It's very easy to hate someone in this moment, but woe is me, I can't hate myself, dude. That's not how you move forward, I think. But I don't know. I don't have it figured out. That's what early next year period is going to be. I don't really reveal how old I am, and I might cut that part out of the video, but I'm going to be that old. And that's kind of crazy to me. My age isn't a secret, I just don't want to make it so obvious. But yeah, it's one of those things. I bought a motorcycle. I feel like I do too many things for other people. I bought a motorcycle because I thought girls would be into it, and there's a girl that I liked who was into motorcycles. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm a biker now. I got a bike. It's a little it's a little bike, 125cc. It's just engine size. It's cool. I'm learning a lot from it. I have to fix it now though, because the clutch cable's gone. So I have to kind of do that. Fun, it's fine. I haven't played any video games much. Let's analyze the channel's content. Very horrifically bad. I learned a lot though, and near the end I kind of got good. I'm happy that I made friends with people like Rex. Justin became a really good friend of mine who's been on the channel. I went to Germany to go meet them. I met my online friends. That was whilst I was in Germany, that's when I kind of had a crash out over I crashed out on this girl. That's when I pushed them away. So kind of the tail end of the Germany trip, I was depressed inside, but it was fun, everyone. I loved it. It was cool. It was good. I got a PS3 this year. I got a PS3. I played Metal Gear Solid Delta. Did I finish Cyberpunk this year or last year? I didn't really watch that many anime. I can't really tell you about the movies that I watched. I made a lot of money and I lost a lot of money. If I had spent my money smarter, I would have spent it. Index funds. I learned about index funds. I'm a finance bro now. I'm sorry if... Is it raining? No, it's not raining because I forgot to put the cover on my back. Anyways, I'm sorry if this video is very all over the place. It was very impromptu. I didn't want to make a script because if I started writing a script, I'd tear myself apart, and it'd be it'd be too depressed and too philosophical. I want to tell you now, I'm very depressed. I'm very sad. I've thought about doing a lot of stupid things. Tail end of this year. People keep texting me. I like how when I make a video, because no one's texting me, I get loads of people trying to talk to me now. I'm like, wow. I'm talking to a camera because I didn't want to talk to you, but now that I'm talking to a camera, you want to talk to me. Wow. I bet it's any money. They're not even text notifications. They're just app notifications. But yeah, I haven't read any of the I've read 2 mangas. Actually, no, I've read a couple of mangas. But the most important ones, the big 3 that I read this year, are Komi-san Can't Communicate, Goodnight Pun Pun, and My Dress Up Darling. I do not like My Dress Up Darling. That is hot garbage. That shit is ass. Oh my god. Anyways, let's talk about goals for next year. Next year, I want a good few videos a month. 4 videos a month. I want a short. I want a good YouTube short streak going. Every other day. Hopefully, I've already scheduled a few shorts, so I'm good for the first month. After that, I really gotta start making my own shorts again. So 4 videos a month, a short every other day. Get a good job again. Get a good job. And if I get a good job, for as long as I have that job, we can kick out the short and video goal. I want to finish every game I started. We're going to do a live stream for Cry of Fear because the ending, I messed up. So I'm going to do the entire game again through on a live stream. Resident Evil 7, I want to get all the endings for the demo and start the game. Resident Evil 1, I want to complete the game or live stream it. Snares of Ruin, finish that. Do lots of RPG, like The Crooked Man and stuff. Get that. I want more people on the channel. I want to get friends on the channel. I've kept my YouTube channel away from certain close friends, but some of them kind of just through knowing me, kind of just figured it out. So that's fine. Now, I want to leave a message for the end of this video. And that's for everyone that I met this year. And that's I thank you so much. Thank you so much for making this year incredible. Whether it be the people who I met at work before then, people I've met in clubs, people I've met in education, to that special person who I bought flowers for the first time. I'm sorry. You probably don't even think about me. You're probably glad that I'm gone from your life right now. You probably even hate me at the time I'm recording this, and you will never see this and think of this again. And if you were into a 50 years time, just stumble upon this video, you probably won't even know that I'm talking to you with how much I'm just not there in your head anymore. But I am so sorry, and I'm so thankful for everything that you gave me. I'm sorry for throwing it all away. To the friend that I have sticking, close to me now, who's holding up this disgusting mirror at me, I hope I can figure out what to do with you as a friend. I really am glad that you're here, but you're here, and I don't get much substance else from that. I kind of want confidence from you, and you don't really incite that in me. You don't give me confidence as a friend. So there's that. To some of the friends who I've spoken to but didn't hang out enough with, I'm sorry, I wish we could hang out more. We'll hang out more next year. I met a guy from France this year, near the end of this year. We only hung out a few times. I called him a friend, but we only hung out a few times. I never really thought about him that much. And I always meant to hang out with him more. And when he went back to France, he sent me a very nice and endearing text message, a voice message actually, just thanking me for being such a good friend for you, even though I was everything but that. You tickled the back of my mind as a thought, but you were never at the forefront. And that's not because you weren't a good person, you were, and I just didn't see it. I was chasing other things that I shouldn't have been chasing. So I'm sorry to you, and I hope we can reconnect next year. But anyways, other than that, thank you everyone for sticking around and watching the Donny Don for this 2025 tail end 2024 season. We grew 24 subscribers, which is 2 subscribers every month. Every month, 2 people came in and decided to support me. 1 person every 15 days. Wow. Thank you so much for that, sticking around. Thanks for liking the videos. Thank you to those who commented and shared my videos. Thank you for people who would consider themselves fans of the channel. Hopefully, we can double everything next year. We can double everything. 48 subscribers would be neat. 48 subscribers maybe. Just whatever, right? Whatever feels right. Let it happen.
and try to make it happen. Don't just let it happen. Don't just ride the wave. Encourage that wave. I'm looking at my video game collection. I have a lot to go through. I'm looking around my room. I've got loads of material possessions. I think I'm done for material possessions for now. Let's grow the heart. Let's grow the channel. Let's grow the mind. And I will see you guys next year. Thank you and goodbye.